Hello, I'm Sandy Walden from Serenity, your master grief coach and master grief coach trainer. Signs. If you're listening to me, or we know one another, there's a really good chance that you know, trust, believe that our loved ones are on the other side, that they're well and they're happy in a new form. That's what I know. For me, that's as real as the fact that Donald Duck is on one of my favorite coffee mugs. It's as solid as that. There's no doubt in my mind. So, something that comes up a lot when I'm having conversations with people and when I'm working with people is saying, if they're okay, why haven't they sent me a sign? Don't they love me anymore? Why can't I see him, hear her, feel this? So, here's my thoughts. Now, full disclosure, I am not a medium. And I'm no more intuitive than the average Jane, Joe, or Abner. I believe we all have a certain level of intuition and ability. At the same time, everything in me knows that my son and other loved ones hear me, understand me, and I'm not even sure hear me is the right language. I believe we're connected. I believe that we're communicating in ways that are kind of fascinating and exciting. So when someone says they're waiting for a sign and they might be really upset because perhaps they're saying, I haven't gotten a sign, and it's been days, weeks, months, perhaps it's been a few years. So I will often ask, have you asked for a specific sign? It may be that that sign is something incredibly subtle. Maybe it's someone bringing up their name. Maybe it's the aroma of a favorite food. Maybe it's something else. Often they'll say, well, yes, I've been asking for them to come to me in my dreams and they haven't yet. So let's explore this a little more. And then I've got a fabulous story that tickles me so much, and I want to share it with you. So perhaps they're coming to you in your dreams, and you're simply not aware of it, or we're discounting those signs. Sometimes the pain or the grief is too much, and we're not aware that we're seeing, hearing, feeling, experiencing a sign, especially if it's subtle. Now, my son isn't subtle at all, um, but I have a feeling that this stuff of communicating from the other side is not new to him. It's new to me. It's new to me. So, I was driving somewhere last week, and when I got there, I got a text from a friend of mine. This was unusual in itself because she knew I was going somewhere specific, and she usually does not reach out at all if she knows I'm going to be somewhere. It's very sweet. She knows that my phone is turned off, and so it's always okay to send messages, but she generally doesn't anyway. I thought this was fascinating because she sent a text and she said, does a red pickup truck mean anything to you? Can you feel my excitement? So I let it sit because I was doing something. And on the way home, I called her. Hands free, be assured it was hands free. And I simply said, yes, a red pickup truck absolutely means something to me. Tell me what it means to you. So this is where it got interesting. I wanted to be very careful not to give any information and find out what is her feeling, what is her thought, where is this coming from. So she told me that she was getting a strong impression of a red pickup truck, and she felt very strongly that it was connected to me and to my son Mike. So at this point, I was absolutely delighted, but it's impossible to do the happy dance when you're driving. So I just did some wiggling and maybe a little loud cheering. I told her that that was absolutely spot on. You see, Mike owned a red pickup truck when he died. In fact, he died in that red pickup truck. He loved that truck, and he called it Old Blue. It still tickles me no end. This sign came to me from a woman who knows me. She knows I've lost my son. She had no idea what kind of vehicle he drove. We've never talked about that. I've not known her all that long. But she knew it was about me and she knew it was about my son. So, this to me is Mike saying, Dog Mom, just saying hi. It was also, I feel, an incredible way for him to remind her that she's very connected. She was our telephone line, our conduit. Is it possible that those signs are coming to you in a way that's slightly indirect? Maybe when somebody else has a thought or a feeling and shares it with you, is that your sign? I'm not saying it is every time because I have no way of knowing. But I know quite often signs have come to me through an unexpected source. So when I think about it, when I talk to my son, if I pray, I will ask for these messages from expected and unexpected sources. Are you open to it showing up in a way you might not expect? Are you open to being driving, excuse the grammar, are you open to driving down the road and seeing something that would have meant something to them and knowing it's yours? Is that okay? I'm encouraging you to be open to messages from the one you love coming to you in ways you might not have imagined before. Maybe it's a commercial that you haven't seen in a very long time. I don't know. Maybe it's the hat a child walking down the street is wearing. How does it feel? How does it land? Trust yourself. I'm not saying that every person named Mike that says hi to me is my son saying hi to me. Maybe it is, but I don't think so. Is it okay to look for things, to be aware of things, but also to accept things from someone else? This is not the first time that a sign or a message has come to me indirectly. It's happened quite often. How about you? So Susie said, I love hearing this. We must be open to signs and looking for them. And yes, we can ask them for a sign. The most important thing I feel is to thank them. I agree with Susie completely. Because here's the deal. I know raising children, if they asked me for something and I gave it to them again and again and again, and they never responded to let me know that they got it or that they appreciated it, eventually I'd get tired of it and I'd move on. Now, I don't think that my son's going to get tired of this and move on. He knows better. But if we're not letting our loved ones know that we appreciate it, then we are not holding up our end of the bargain of communication. Keep talking to them. We don't need to beg. It's not necessary, nor do I believe they want to. This is very much a love note. This is a, hey, I'm thinking about you. For me, it's not quite the same as sitting on the chairs in the kitchen and having coffee with him. But you know what it's like for me? It's a lot like somebody showing up at the door and saying, hey, Mike said I should give you a hug, or getting a text. I encourage you to welcome the signs. Be discerning, trust yourself. Keep asking your loved ones to send the signs. Ask them to send them in ways that you can more easily recognize. Maybe you need them to send you a purple pen. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what it is, but you do. Trust yourself Talk to your loved ones because they're talking to you. So I'm going to get off of this box right now, and I wonder what else will show up today. If you'd like to talk more about this, I'm thrilled to do it all of the time. I'm wishing you a marvelous day. I'm Sandy Walden from Serenity, your Master Grief Coach and Master Grief Coach Trainer. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.